So today we're diving into a classic book, Hermann Hesse's Demian. And trust me, it's this incredibly powerful story about doing one of the hardest things we ever have to do. And that's shattering the world that other people have built for us, just so we can find out who we truly are.
All right, let's kick this off with a question for you. Think back. Have you ever told a lie, just a little one, to look cool in front of your friends? You know, maybe exaggerated a story a bit, a harmless boast? Well, that's exactly what the main character of our story, a young boy named Sinclair, does. And that one little decision, it sends his entire life spiraling into a total nightmare.
So, we meet Sinclair when he's just 10 years old, and he's about to learn a very, very hard lesson about how one tiny lie, one simple attempt to seem a little tougher than he really is, can create a private hell that he can't find his way out of.
See, for Sinclair, the world is totally black and white. It's split right down the middle. On one side, you have the bright world. That's his home. It's safe, it's clean, mom and dad are there, you say your prayers, you know, the good stuff. But then, right outside his door is the dark world. This is the world of the back alleys, of drunks and crime. It's bad, but boy, is it tempting. And Sinclair? He knows he's supposed to stay in the light, but he just can't help feeling this pull toward the shadows.
And this is where it all goes wrong. To try and fit in with some older kids, Sinclair just makes up a story. He boasts that he stole some apples. Well, a neighborhood bully named Franz Kromer overhears him and immediately starts blackmailing him for money. Suddenly, Sinclair is forced to steal from his own family's piggy bank to pay him off. He is completely trapped. He's no longer part of that bright, safe world. He's a prisoner of the dark.
Right when things feel absolutely hopeless, a new student shows up at school. His name is Max Demian. He's way more mature than the other kids, super confident, and he has this air of mystery about him. And he is about to change not only Sinclair's life, but his entire understanding of how the world works.
Sinclair never really figures out how it happened. Demian just confronts the bully. He doesn't get into a fight, he just talks to him. And just like that, Kromer is gone. He never ever bothers Sinclair again. Sinclair is finally free, but Demian's help comes with some very strange and kind of dangerous ideas.
So, this leads to Demian's first big radical lesson. He brings up the story of Cain and Abel from the Bible, but he offers this shocking new take on it. He says, what if Cain, the bad guy, the villain, wasn't actually evil? What if he was just a strong, remarkable person? And that famous mark on his forehead wasn't a mark of shame, but a sign that he was special. For Sinclair, this idea just completely shatters his simple view of good versus evil.
Now, this idea plants a seed in Sinclair's mind that takes years and years to grow. As a teenager, he finds himself totally lost, confused, starts drinking, getting into trouble. He really misses that clarity Demian brought to his life. Then one day, he gets a mysterious note in the mail, and it contains one of the most famous lines in all of literature. The bird fights its way out of the egg. The egg is the world. Who would be born must first destroy a world. This quote, this is the heart of the entire book. It's this incredible metaphor for what it really takes to become your true self.
Think about what this means. The egg is everything that keeps you safe but also holds you back. It's your family's beliefs, it's society's rules, it's what everyone expects you to be. And the bird? Well, the bird is you. It's your authentic self, your unique potential. And the only way for that bird to fly is to shatter that shell.
Demian's note also mentions a name, Abraxas. This is an ancient god that stands for something really profound. Abraxas isn't just a god or a devil. It's both. It includes everything, the divine and the demonic, good and evil, light and dark.
And here's the crucial takeaway. Abraxas represents wholeness. The lesson for Sinclair and for us is that to be a complete person, you can't just embrace your good side. You have to acknowledge and integrate your dark side too. Your flaws, your secret desires, your shadows. They're all part of what makes you, you. So this brings us to the final part of the story, where Sinclair, who's a young man now, finally gets it. He internalizes all these lessons and goes through this huge final transformation. He meets up with Demian again and is introduced to his mother, a powerful, amazing woman named Eva. Now for Sinclair, Eva isn't just some love interest. She's like the human version of Abraxas. She's the symbol of that complete, whole soul he's been trying to find inside himself this whole time.
The story's climax happens during a great war.
Sinclair is wounded, and he finds himself in a hospital tent lying right next to, you guessed it, a wounded Demian. And Demian gives him one last piece of advice. He tells him that from now on, he won't need a guide on the outside because the guide is already inside him.
The next morning, Demian is gone. Sinclair catches his reflection in a little piece of broken glass, and he sees that his own face has kind of merged with Demian's. He's finally done it. He's absorbed his mentor's strength and wisdom. He has become his own guide.
Okay, so why should we care about this 100-year-old German novel today while we're scrolling through our phones? Because this struggle, the struggle to break free from the egg, is maybe more relevant now than it's ever been. So let's talk about a modern action plan.
First things first, escape the likes prison. Our modern egg is often built out of social media validation and the endless pressure from our peers and our parents. This book is a challenge. It dares you to embrace your own weird tastes, your unique passions, even if they won't get 1,000 likes. It's about stopping this endless waiting for someone else to give you permission to just be yourself.
Number 2, learn to love your inner villain. Look, we all have parts of ourselves we don't like. The lazy part, the jealous part, the messy part. Trying to pretend they don't exist, constantly pushing them down, that just leads to burnout and hating yourself. Real maturity isn't about being perfect. It's about looking at your flaws and saying, yeah, that's part of me too. That's real self-acceptance.
And finally, number 3, remember that the answer is inside you. Think about it. When we have a problem, what's our first instinct? We grab our phone, we Google the answer, we ask for advice. Demian's whole message pushes back against that. It tells us to stop looking for someone else to save us. The hardest, but most important thing you can do is to disconnect for a bit, get quiet, and actually listen to that little voice inside your own head.
In the end, the whole book really boils down to this one thought: a path that someone else created for you is not your own. The only path that truly matters, your real life, is the one you walk for yourself.
So I'll leave you with this to chew on. What is the one egg, that one shell of expectation or fear that you need to start breaking out of in your own life, starting right now? Because the world outside that shell, well, it's waiting for you.